What's going on, my bulldog guys? I want to speak on this topic. Uh, how do y'all relate a dog age? You know, uh, when is a dog mature? When he's not mature? When should he be mature? Some, you can't put a exact age on maturity, but you can expect. It's just like your own kids, or anybody else's kids. You know, at a certain point of their life, they should, you know, just like say for example with kids, potty train. Some kids potty train as early as 18 months. My daughter was potty trained at 18 months and walking. It was fucking crazy. Uh, then I had a son that was he wouldn't fully. He sometimes he'd go, sometimes he wouldn't, but he wouldn't fully uh potty train until like 3.5. You understand that? Like that's late. So it just maybe it was just a woman trying to do what a woman do, while you know I was caught up in the system. You know. So it is what it is. I went there and can't blame her, can't blame him, but it was what it was, and I was there on the first. You know. And to get back to the topic, I seen this post on the book, and it go with 6 weeks old is like a baby, like a baby child. 18 weeks old is like a toddler, badass 2-year old. Toddler stage can go from 2 to pretty much 4. They usually start coming up out of that stage. 6 months old puppy. 6 months old. A puppy, human years, is like a 6-year-old child. And they go on, say 10 months old, still a puppy, human years, 10 years old. Then the next one is 18 months old, is a teenager. 24 months old is a young adult. 2.5 to 3 years old is adulthood. I lean more, like that's good. I agree with this. Very much so, and this is why. For the 6 weeks, that's a baby. He can't take care of himself. Yeah, he walking better than a baby, but a baby crawls too. But he walking better. You know, dogs grow up faster. They have to mature way faster than people do. We nurse, give time for the brain to fully develop. But they decline before that. They brain don't, but they body deteriorates. So yeah, 6 weeks is a baby. That's a baby. 18 weeks. I'd say that's a toddler, but I would say a toddler, like a 2-year-old, for how smart you gonna be. 18 weeks is good, but I believe the toddler stage starts at 12 weeks. It starts like I would on people that'll be a year and a half. Toddler stage start. They start asking all these questions. They want to know what you're doing all the time. Till they about 4. Pretty much they want to know. They want to know it all. And that when they brain do a lot of adjustment and a lot of growing, it shows starting to who they gonna be in life. as a baby. So I'm pretty sure a dog pick up on all the brain waves then also. 6 months. They say 6-year-old child. 6 months. 6 months is the mean in a 6-year-old child. I don't believe it close, but I believe a 6-year-old child is 6 months. You pretty much expect the dog to start growing into itself. And a 6-year-old child, you really not yet. I believe 6 months is a little bit closer to what he gonna be. But it's a good analogy. It's about the only one that you can make in for real. 10 months puppy and 10-year-old child. 10-month puppy, 10-year-old child. That's pretty good. This is raw now. I'm just thinking out loud. I'm gonna make this video. I don't care what I say. This is what big think. Big tips. That's a pretty good analogy because a 10 months old and 10-year-old child, he coming out his shell. A little bit better. But I would more say he's a 10 months old pup. Or be more like a 13-year-old or 12-year-old. I would say 12-year-old child. Me personally, from what I've seen, and an 18-month is a teenager, but not a 13-year-old. That's why I was saying 10-month puppies more like a 13-year-old to me, and the 18-month is more like a later teenager, like a 15 to 19 or 20-month old teenager. And people, it'll be a 15 to 20. It matter how the brain develop. Some people slower than others. Some people smarter than others. Some dogs is slower than others, and some dogs is smarter than others. So that's why the range is so long. But at this age, they pretty much know who they like, what they like, and everything about. They just think they know, but they don't know. Alright, 24 months, young adult. A young adult is 21 to 24. If you older than this, that you thought you knew the fucking world at this age. You did, but you don't. You thought you had it all figured out and you this and that, but it ain't so. So you're a young adult. Yes, you able, like if it was boxing, you could knock out a 30-year-old nigga, cause you could have that strength. You can run faster than a lot of niggas in the neighborhood that was older. If you had that good speed, so you could have the talent to outrun, outpull, weightlift people that was older than you, that was good at what they did, but they then caught a little age. So yes, it's very capable of being good at what you're doing at this age. That's 24 months. That's 2 years exactly on the head. And a teenager can do the exact same thing, no matter what size, strength, and mentality, how he was raised. Then the 2.5 to 3, they say adulthood. And adulthood to me is when you 25 to 30 in a good age. That is adulthood all day long. If you ain't what you is by then, you ain't gonna be shit. You wasn't shit, you ain't gonna be shit. So, them are good analogies. And I can go on and say, uh, 4 years old, yes, you got tricks and trades and you smarter, but that when declines start. Some declines last a little bit longer. Some declines last all the way to 5 years, but some declines start right after the 4.5. Some start at 5. Some start at 5.5. If you got a good bulldog, even though he can still weight pull and treadmill race and climb the wall, even though he can do these things at 6 years old, he is not the same animal he was when he was 3 and 4 and 2.5, and he ain't fast as he was at 2 or none of that. The withdrawal done started. That's why when people try to go into competition with the dog that's undefeated at 7 years old, is stupid. That dog is nowhere near. He don't even have the want to have the drive to still compete like he was. You can take wild species. And before I get on the wild species, like 4.5, it's like a nigga. It's like a person that's 4 is like 35, right on the head. You feel like you the strongest you ever been. You feel like you the strongest. You feel the prettiest you ever felt. You eating right and all everything good. But by 37, you start coming down. So that ticking is start ticking right after 4. You good at 4, but it start ticking. And I'm gonna go back to this wild animals in the wild, uh, pack animals. You hardly ever see a 7-year-old male dominating his pride. He usually get killed off or ran off around the ages of 6. And the reason so late because he did so good at running the younger males off before it was time, and they never made it back, or he never had a young pack to run them off, because a young male at 18 months usually come up and run off the 6-year-old lion or anything like that. Only animals that last longer is our primates, and that's the reason because they smarter. Using brains power to keep control of the pack. But that's all I wanted to talk about today, man. I hope y'all like this topic, or just something I'm rambling about. Just seen it. I just wanted to go straight in on it, and I just seen it like 2 minutes before I started talking. So it is what it is. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all let me know, cause I want to know what other people think and how other people feel about this. You see what I'm saying? What you think a 6 months old, well, 6 week old, a 10 week old, what else they said? 6 months old, a 10 months old, uh, a 18-month old, and a 24-month old, and a 2.5 to 3 years old. How would y'all relate them numbers to children's and adults in adulthood? And this is a good one, cause everybody got their own opinions. Everybody gonna speak different volumes. So this just chat. Everybody get involved.